Hello friend, this is Anuj Antony. You are 15 CS 170. So today I'm with my sixth video of my Java programming lab. So today I have to do about interface. So this is my question, what I have to do today. So I have to write a program to implement the library information system using interface with the following instruction. So I have to create two interface issuable and readable with the respective functions, and I have to create a class for a books which can be issued to the users, reference books and journals which can only be read in the library and cannot be borrowed. And I have to create a test class in which a menu driven program is written to add books, search book and list book. This is my question. So now we'll go to the Eclipse. So this is the test class what I used. So in this class test I created three classes. One is first one is book, second one is general, and third one is reference book. So like that I have created classes. And first we can see first class what I created for the book. For the book, as you know, the question is have to create a test class, classes for books, generals, and reference book. So this is my first class. So in this first class, I use a class called book, and it will implement the issuable and readable. Issuable and readable, I've created an interface. I already created an interface. So inside this, I have created one function known as read book. So it will say that this book can be can it is in a what I created an interface called readable. So inside this we have to write this content, and in the issued part, like in this I created an interface. So inside this the it will call that this book can be used. So like that it will ask the name and the name of the book. So this is my first class. So similarly it's the second class for general. Similarly for the read book I created an interface, so it will write the command, it will write the content that this book can only be in the library. And similarly issued also, it will say this book cannot be issued, like that, any message. And this is my third class, reference book. Here also same thing, I created a function called read book and issued. What I created an interface and I wrote the content what it will specify. So like that. So I've created object for all the three classes, like book b1, general j1, and reference book r1, and I initialize I, j, k value as 0. So I used switch command here, and this is my main part starting on. And I declare some variable, and in this program I have to add the books, search book and the list book. So one by one we can see. The first one I have done about add books. So this is a switch command what I use. So this is my add book function. So in this uh, add books there are three category: book, general and reference book. So for the first one, book, it will add the function b1 of I is equal to new book I object. And similarly it will add the content of the book. And similarly for the general also, j1 of j and j1 of j plus plus. So like that for reference book also, r1 what I created an object. Similarly for the search book also, it will ask for the book, general and reference book. So for showing the book, we have to write the enter book name, and then it will the array is there, is 0, is I, up to I a plus plus. So if it is found, it will say book found. If not, not found. So this is my search. And for the list also I created. For the list book also, function is there. I created an array 0, a up to I, a plus plus, and similarly the functions if all the listed book will be presented. So now we can see the output. So first we can add one, then book, then the name of the book, anything as A, B, C, D, something else, then one, then again I will add something like A, S, D, F, like that. Oh, first book name, under the name A, B, C, D, 1, add books 1, then under the name of the book AFDF, When one, then you can search the book for book under the book name as A B C D. So as you can see, a book found. Press 1 to continue. Similarly, we can list the book also. So as you can see, two books are present. So the program is successfully executed. So that's it. Thank you for watching this video.